There's a number where your business stops working. Mine was three. Three simultaneous deals, and I wasn't running deals anymore. I was chasing them. Details got missed, balls got dropped. I stopped looking for new deals because I was too busy with the ones I already had. So I did what everybody does. I hired a team. Here's what hiring into an undefined process buys you. You become a babysitter. You spend your day answering questions that only exist because nobody ever wrote anything down. Nobody was trained on your way of doing it. Nobody owned the outcome. Your time and your margin pay for that gap quietly every single month. You herd cats. You're working in your business, never on it. Here's what I learned. You don't need an army. You need a machine. You've been told how to build one. Map every process at once. 32-step prioritization framework. A 20-page document a stranger off the street could follow. And that advice isn't wrong for a Fortune 500 company, but let's be real. That isn't going to happen here. You've got a closing on Thursday, a roofer who didn't show up on Monday, and an inspector who wants to talk about an electric panel later today. You aren't writing a 20-page SOP this quarter, and we both know it. So here's the version I actually use. One area that's genuinely stressing you out. Name the handoffs in a couple of minutes. Come out the other side with a one-page SOP, the tools, the templates, and a screen recording. 5 steps, 30 minutes, one process at a time. That's it. That's the whole thing. Step 1, identify the stressor. The filter is just 2 things. What stresses you out and how close does it sit next to your revenue? Not what feels important, not what's urgent, not what's easiest to fix. Important is usually the thing that you feel responsible for. Urgent is the gator biting your backside. The one causing you brain damage is the one that wakes you up at 2 a.m. You already know what yours is. You've known for months. And now you're going to be tempted to score this, rank 10 candidates, weight them, build a grid. Don't do it. A 30-step scoring model is procrastination wearing a spreadsheet. That's all it is. Step 2, isolate one process. I made a list of 10. 7 of them sit under weekly deal flow, everything from contacting tax liens and code violations to direct mail to same-day offer letters. 3 sit under funding, content creation, investor outreach, investor communications. 10 real things, and I'd bet you just recognized 2 or 3 of your own in there. So what had you staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. this week? Say it out loud, right now. Whatever came out of your mouth is the right answer. Start there. For me, it was same-day offers. Speed wins competitive deals. The seller who gets a real number today remembers who moved first. The other 9 weren't abandoned. They were just queued for later. Step 3, map the steps same-day offers, start to finish, is 10 steps. Walk the property and interview the owner. Identify the renovation tasks, price the reno, run the comps, calculate the maximum offer, build the letter, send it, confirm receipt, get feedback, close, or walk away. Read that fast and it looks obvious, but it isn't. 3 of those 10 break in real life, and all 3 break in the same way, at a handoff. Pricing the renovation breaks because you have no costing data from your own past projects. Confirming receipt is nobody's job, so no one checks, and deals die in the spam folder. Seller feedback is where the process leaves the map entirely because nobody ever wrote down what happens after the offer goes out. So for every step, name 3 things. Who owns it? How often does it run? And what tool manages it? Then do the part everyone skips. Map what happens before the process and after it, not just the middle. The middle is the part you already do. The before and the after are the handoffs, and those handoffs are where the steps leak. Step 4, assign ownership, not tasks. Here's the test. If the person running this process left today, does the process still work? A babysitter runs a process. Everybody's alive when you get home, but nothing's better than when you left it. When a babysitter quits, the system walks out the door with them because it all lived in their head. An owner runs the process, absorbs the mistakes, makes it better, and hands it back better than they found it. The same human being can be either one. This isn't about who you hired. It's about how you assigned the work. I got this wrong for years. I've done 75 plus flips, and for a long stretch of that, I had help. Virtual assistants, general contractors, people doing plenty of the work. I still owned every outcome because I handed out tasks and kept control. I had babysitters. I didn't have process owners. And if it's just you right now, this still applies. Every step lives in your head, so you're winging it. Nothing goes on the calendar because everything is a one-off. And if it's just you right now, this still applies. Every step lives in your head, so you're winging it. Nothing goes in the calendar because everything is a one-off you do when you happen to remember it. Be honest with yourself. How many balls did you drop last week? Build the architecture now. Then, the moment cash flow allows for a hire, that person takes the keys to something that already runs instead of a brain dump. Same goes for software. You can't hand over a process that only exists in your head. Step 5, build the toolbox. One place, your source of truth, 3 things in it. A 1-page SOP, 1 page. If it won't fit on the page, either the process is too big or you don't understand it well enough yet. Go back to step 2 and cut the process in half. A video, 3 to 5 minutes of you screen recording yourself doing the work one time, talking it through while you do it. Templates and tools. The email, the offer letter, the P&S, the phone script you use to confirm receipt, the 3 to 5 objections you hear every week, and how you want them answered. Filled in examples, never blank forms. Nobody's ever learned anything from a blank form. Your first process may take longer than 30 minutes, usually does. By the third one, it's about a 15-minute exercise. Now, here's why the order matters. Investors buy software hoping it fixes the business, but you can't automate a broken process, and you definitely can't automate one that doesn't exist. There's a stack, and it only works bottom to top. Process, meaning documented actions, people, meaning defined roles, and then technology, which is the force multiplier. If the first 2 layers are chaos, you didn't buy a fix, you bought faster chaos, and you wasted your money. Now run your own math on what that 30 minutes gives back. 3 numbers, and they're yours to fill in. Don't use mine. How many times did you run the process last month? How many of those times did you drop a ball on it because you were underwater or overwhelmed? And what did it cost you the one time a delay burned your credibility with a seller and you lost a deal? Whatever those numbers are, that's not the payoff. That's the funding. That's what pays for the next 30 minutes and the next process. 5 steps, 30 minutes. Identify the need, name that brain damage, isolate one process, the closest one to revenue, nail the steps before, during, and after, assign ownership to a human being, an owner, never a babysitter. Build that toolbox, your SOP, your video, your templates, and your tools. Okay, your turn. Set a 30-minute timer, name the process causing you brain damage, write the steps on 1 page, all the edges included, before, during, and after, then put a name on it and point to the human being who owns it. Okay, if you're waiting for a quiet week to do this, stop it. The quiet week isn't coming. There are always closings. There are always roofers who don't show. There are always inspectors knocking on your door. So tell me what's causing your brain damage. Drop 1 process in the comments and the one you'd start with today. The next video builds that process step by step. Now get to work.